The first debate of 2016, it is now behind us, and we are now just 17 days away from the first votes being cast in the Iowa caucuses. So what can we expect? Our political panel is back with their predictions for that. Sasha Burns, a Democratic strategist, and Ron Meyer, editor of Red Alert Politics. Thank you guys for sticking around.
Thanks, Heather.
So let's talk about moving forward in Iowa. We said 17 days out. Who do you think is going to win in Iowa?
So I think that Cruz still has the better infrastructure in Iowa, unquestionably. Donald Trump, though, has a lot of excitement. I think he did win this debate, so we'll see what the poll numbers look like. I'll say the one thing to watch in Iowa, though, is Rand Paul. He says he has 10,000 students signed up to go to the caucuses. Even if half that number or a quarter of that number is true, it means he'll get third or fourth, which will really shock some things. He wasn't at the debate last night. If he does that, he could still be in this race.
Okay, so you pick Cruz as the winner in Iowa.
Cruz is the winner.
Okay, but Trump leading Real Clear Politics polling averages by like 27.3% at this point. Cruz very close with 26-point-something, 6%, I believe. So who do you think? Do you agree, Cruz?
I'm still going to go with Cruz, and it's the electorate in Iowa is a very different one. It's not angry about immigration and multiculturalism like Trump supporters are, as much as it's much more evangelical, it's much more white and old, and Cruz appeals to them. They feel like they've been taken advantage of. They've been 30% of the overall election vote for Republicans, but they've lost with Dole, McCain, and Romney. And Cruz says, you know what, if we're conservative and we're principled about it, then we'll win the White House, and that appeals to Iowa.
Okay, but it is close in terms of the polling, at least at this point. What about New Hampshire? We're talking about the constituents there in Iowa. How do you think the different candidates will fare in New Hampshire? Who will win?
Well, I mean, look at the polls. I mean, Trump is still blowing everyone out of their way. And so whether or not you want him to win, that's what the numbers look like. It would take something pretty improbable for him not to win. But here's the thing. The race is for second place in New Hampshire, because whoever gets second place in New Hampshire is going to get all of the establishment money, because they're looking for someone to invest in. These guys have all been in second place in the polls in the last 2 weeks. Whichever one actually gets second is going to be the establishment frontrunner from then on.
Yeah, it's very interesting how it changes. You know, Trump leading by what, his 30% of the average, Rubio in second, way down with 13.2%. Yeah, less than half. So who do you think will win? You think
That's
Trump
right.
handily?
I'm going to give it to Trump, yes, and partly going on with what Ron said. The other four, the establishment four, are running for second, and so they're kind of leaving Trump alone. They're all going after each other, and Trump's kind of getting away with not having to deal with very much. So he gets it, and then we'll see who gets second.
Okay, dropout. Who do you think will drop out next?
Well, I think so. Carson really put all of his chips into Iowa. Right now, he's not polling very well in Iowa at all. If he doesn't finish within the top 3 or top 4, there's really no chance for him. And listen, I think he's made a great impression on the American people. He's got a future in politics or in public speaking, certainly. But I think after Iowa, it's time to give it up.
Now, you went straight to the main stage. No one from the undercard debate. What do you think?
If it were undercard, I'd say Santorum.
Okay.
He's got a big family to feed, for one thing. He's got to get back to work. But I'm also going to go with Carson.
Okay.
There's got to be some humility to be able to drop out, and I think Carson can do a little mix of his nice guy. I brought what I wanted to say. I did what I wanted to do for the American people, and now I'll go sell my books.
We'll see what happens. 17 days to go to Iowa. Once again, just to repeat, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Heather.
Appreciate it.